It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Whoa. Welcome to Thunderdome.
No.
Bitch.
No.
Damn it. Why is that in my fucking head? Oh, fucking. I saw a clip from an episode of Rick and Morty. That was it.
Do you watch Rick and Morty like a lot, or like
Not
religiously? I should say.
Not like a ton, but I've seen every season twice.
Yeah.
Except the latest one. It started to kind of lose me. The writing got a little like preachy and overtly meta, but
Okay.
but I've heard there's a couple of episodes that are really, really good and kind of bring it back. So I'll finish it out. It's just hard to find streaming when I don't have a lot of streaming services.
Right.
So
You keep getting rid of shit, dude. That's on you.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be paying 15 billion fucking subscription fees, man. They fucking add up.
Yeah.
Like, because you remember the YouTube fiasco? That was funny, where you and Isaac were bullies. You fucking hashtag no bully. So that's gone, and then I got rid of Netflix because I was like, once they started editing shit, I go, fuck this. I'm just gonna start buying box sets. Like, I just feel like it's an investment versus like streaming shit all the time, and I don't really give a fuck about all their original movies. I really just don't care. And then the one I want to keep, well, right now I'm keeping DC because I like the Harley Quinn cartoon. I want to rewatch that to see if it holds up. And then I'm watching Stargirl, which finished that last episode, episode 6. So I'm like an episode behind, I guess.
You're watching that on the DC app, right?
Yeah.
So you pay for that one then. But
yeah,
I mean, that
so I
one
figured
comes with a lot more content for you to go back. Like, you can fucking read the comics and stuff on there. That one's more worth it than a lot of other ones that it's like, once
like
I
Doom
watch
Patrol
this stuff,
and-
what am I doing?
Yeah, they got a bunch of shit that I actually want to see.
Yeah.
It's relatively cheap. I think it's only like $15. I don't even think it's like 13.
Is it that much? I thought it was like $9 a month.
It's really not much. It's not enough for me to even care. Though
Right.
the one I do keep though, and I won't get rid of, is YouTube Premium. It's
Okay.
just it's the app thing.
Right.
The I'm not kidding you. It's worth the $15 to be able to lock my phone and audio still plays.
So it doesn't shut off as soon as your phone goes to sleep or whatever?
I mean, come on, man. Like, who doesn't want that feature? Like,
Yeah.
and they were smart. It's fucking bullshit. I'm just gonna say that it's fucking bullshit that it doesn't just do that regularly. But it was such a genius move to put it behind a paywall like that because it's so fucking useful. And they were smart because I mean, a lot of people do watch their music videos. Like, they watch Vivo shit, and like, there you go. You can put a playlist on and have it run in your car instead of going like to fucking Spotify and shit, and you won't get ads.
I really find it irritating because sometimes I just want to listen, like you said, just listen to the fucking video.
Yeah.
I don't want to pay to listen to the video. Sometimes I'll just download it and rip the audio and then toss it to my phone.
Well, and God, I feel like I'm fucking shilling YouTube right now. Fuck them. But you can download videos. It gives you that option, and I think they give you like a little extra space. And then what else does it do? No ads. Again, no ads. Like, the other couple of times when Hannah will sign in on our Xbox to watch like stupid playthrough videos and shit, an ad will pop up, and I'm like, what fucking year is it? What is happening to my life? And
No,
I just like,
if you still watch those through that app, paid app, the creators still get a little cut, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's they just get it through their ad revenue from other people, and on top of that, I imagine, I mean, I doubt it because YouTube's fucking shady as shit, but I imagine that the premium money probably gets banked to put out.
Right. That's how it should be, at least for the content that YouTube's not personally making.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
And like, my big thing is like, I listen to podcasts that are 3 to 8 hours long.
Podcast? What's a podcast?
I know, right? A vlog. Like, like EFAP can run like anywhere from 4 to like they've had episodes that were 16 hours long.
Right.
And you know, when you're listening to it at work and stuff, it's really fucking useful to just turn it on, and I literally am not changing videos or searching through shit. It's one video and I'm getting through an entire shift, which is fucking dope. So honestly, right now, I think having YouTube Premium is like way better than having like a Hulu or a Netflix right now. And the only thing that did piss me off though is as soon as I got rid of fucking Netflix, they brought back the watch togethers. Which I was you motherfuckers.
Which I still want to do one of those sometime with anybody. I don't care. If people are interested in those, let me know in comments of wherever the fuck you're listening or watching this. Because I would love to do that. Just even if it's just some of my friends. I don't give a shit. I just want to, sit down and watch some movies with some people again.
Yeah, and it's fun. Well, it's fun to like pick ones that you don't mind like talking and bitching through. Like sitting with Hannah and watching shitty films is really fun. Or like it's really neat when we sit down to watch something and think we're gonna make fun of it, and then we end up like really liking it, and then all of a sudden we haven't said anything for like 20 minutes. Like, oh man, this might actually be pretty good. Because I remember we were trying to watch Welcome to the Jungle again, and like the Jumanji one, and we were like, this is gonna be good, right? Like, we liked this the first two times that we watched it, and we started watching it, and it was just like, I don't even think 10 minutes in, we were just like, fuck this movie. And then we just bitched about it the entire time.
I wouldn't mind just going through, like, if people had the time, of course. I guess there would be something better to do if we were more quarantined, is go through and do like some TV shows, like the 10-episode TV shows and shit like that with a group of people.
Like miniseries and shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm. One I've been meaning to watch, because I've been watching and talking about war movies a lot lately. Like 1917 came back into a conversation, which I really enjoyed. And
war movies are gonna get canceled soon because history's canceled, so it doesn't fucking matter. I mean,
it's so bad, dude. It's so bad. I don't remember watching Band of Brothers because I didn't have HBO, so I think I only saw a couple of episodes. And I've heard that's like quintessential war film,
right?
Like war movie making.
That was the series, right?
Yeah, it was an HBO series.
Wasn't that based off of a book? I think.
Well, probably. I think it was like 7 episodes or some shit. And
yeah.
I don't think I've ever talked to anybody who's ever said a bad word about that series. Some even consider it better than Saving Private Ryan, which I still think Saving Private Ryan's probably the best war film ever made, but that's just me.
Are you serious, man? Aquaman, the best war movie ever.
Yeah, right at the end. Yeah. God.
Totally joking people out there that don't get it.
You will never have my allegiance. Oh, my crab arm. I was like, why is fucking Krusty Krab getting his ass kicked by a fucking...
It's called Mr. Krabs, not Krusty Krabs.
Oh, sorry. Krusty Krabs was the fucking
restaurant. Come on, get it straight.
My bad.
Don't act like you're that old or that young.
First of all, I am that old. Second of all,
man, SpongeBob's been out for over 20 years. Come on, now.
I'm not a big SpongeBob guy. Little
get fucked you.
I know. I actually do kind of feel bad because people are like, "Oh, it's really good." I'm like, it's just too childish for me. Like even. I have seen some episodes or like compilation moment of like some of the better moments, and I'm like, oh no, there's some really good shit in there. Like the themes and like the storylines that they have are like really, really well done. But at the same time, it's like the really overtly adolescent, childish foil that they wrap it in. It's too much for me. Like.
I think it was a little better for me anyways. I mean, I still enjoy just if the kids have it on, I'll sit down and watch it or some shit. But I think when Weird Al, when Weird Al was doing the show with them, he was working on, because he did the theme song. He was the pirate that used to be in the show. When they started the show, it was a dude dressed as a pirate. I believe it was him during the show. Yeah. Let me double check that just in case, because motherfuckers out there.
No shit.
Gonna kill me.
And you're also, planting seeds in my very impressionable mind. We can't have you fucking fake newsing me all over the place, Michael.
There we go. Weird Al Yankovic, SpongeBob. Bum 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 bum. I know he did the song for sure.
Dude, fucking shout out to Weird Al. Holy shit. Talk about a guy who's stayed relevant for a very long amount of time. It's relatively impressive. I just realized I'm still wearing my Hooters t-shirt, and I'm kind of mad at myself right now. I figured I just put it on because it was the first shirt I saw, and it's from Clearwater, and it's from the 1983. It's the original establishment down in Clearwater, Florida. When my dad came and visited, when I was living there, my mom, dad, and I went there to eat. It was fun. It was actually super fun. And then, man, Hooters sucks. Like I'm kind of sad that I ever thought it was kind of neat because I was just like, man, their food's really not that great. And but I figured I'd keep wearing the shirt because I know it's Tivis's favorite restaurant, and since he's not here, I wanted to represent you. So shout out to Tivis and his favorite restaurant, Hooters.
Okay, so it wasn't.
I'm sorry, man, I'm so sorry. Whoa, I wish you were here.
So it wasn't him that was Patchy the Pirate. It was Tom Kenny.
Oh my God!
Who's also the voice of SpongeBob? Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
Oh,
maybe that's what I was thinking of.
That's a very, very far
big difference. Well, I know Weird Al was with
was he,
the
like, writing
SpongeBob
it?
group. No, he did the song.
Well, you're like, well, he helped make
The
it. He just
theme
made
song.
the song.
But
that doesn't
I
mean he,
believe
like,
he
worked
did.
on
He
the
did
show.
guest spots on the show for sure. I know.
Okay.
And I swore he dressed up as Patchy the Pirate at least once.
Well, I'm sure he
I
probably
mean, the guy
did. It
that's
was like a
here
Halloween costume or some
definitely
shit.
doesn't look like him. But anyways, when they had Patchy the Pirate always showing up, I felt that it was a little more entertaining, because it was basically they had it set up as Patchy the Pirate, the human, and then he was like going into the SpongeBob story and shit like that.
Gotcha.
They phased all of the human element out of that until they do the movies again.
Until
where
they do the
did-
fucking movies. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's.
I
neat.
always, for some reason, I swear I always thought that was Weird Al.
And that show is done now, right? Like,
No,
it's over,
I
right?
don't think so. Is it?
Because I know they just did the movie, but I thought they were done with the show since the voice actor died. Or am I crazy?
Let's find out. Johnny.
But who are they gonna get to voice all these characters now? Because, I mean, are you actually gonna be able to find a fucking talking sponge in real life to play him? Like, can you do that? Or like Sandy, like they have to hire a squirrel,
right?
They have to hire a squirrel, right?
Right. Yeah.
Because that's the world we live in now.
That's I said I brought up the same damn thing when someone was talking about the new voice actor for Kermit. Where are frog rights, man? Where's the equality for the frog actors out there, you know?
Right.
Why do they have white kids voicing Kermit the Frog?
Okay, so I understand we're making jokes. This
Tommy
does
Kenny's still alive. The voice actor
thought-
for SpongeBob didn't die.
I thought he did.
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I'm looking
Oh,
right
God.
at it right now.
Am I getting fake news again?
Fake news.
I swore somebody on that cast fucking disappeared into the ether.
I'm sure a bunch of people have. It's fucking been on for 20 years.
Well, thank you, a whole bunch of people. Well, you got a whole bunch of people, me. I thought somebody very significant.
I don't know.
I know we're making jokes about the voice acting thing, but it's something that's legitimately pissing me off right now. It's legitimately fucking stupid, and it makes me mad. Like, the whole point...
Hold on.
What?
Right
What?
before we get into that, Steven Hillenburg, the creator of
That's
SpongeBob, died.
Okay, that's it.
The creator, which means the show's probably going to go even more to shit now. Because as soon
Probably.
as the creators die, they usually end up going a completely different route. I'm not sure if this was the show or there was another one too where the creator had passed away and the studio just completely fucked it. Like what they're doing with Star Wars, and he's not even dead yet.
Yeah, right. His soul probably is at this point. No, I was just like, because you have people like the guy who does the voice of Cleveland from the Cleveland Show / Family Guy.
Yep.
Which I love the Cleveland Show, by the way. I actually almost like the Cleveland Show better than Family Guy.
I enjoyed the Cleveland Show. I'm surprised that it got canceled before Family Guy did, because the
I was
Cleveland
really
Show and American Dad were my two out of those three that I liked the most.
American Dad didn't quite resonate with me, but apparently it is the superior show.
Mm-hmm.
But the alien thing felt like
Roger?
overtly goofy.
Roger?
Yeah. It felt overtly goofy, and like, you know, the talking goldfish and shit.
Yeah. Oh, Roger
like-
always reminded me of my brother, Robert. It's like so gay, man.
Like overtly
so-
feminine.
Yeah, yeah. It was like the stereotypical, like, everything you could find. They threw it on there.
Whenever I watch compilations of American Dad, it is really good. I actually find it way funny. And no, Cleveland Show was just a fleshed out show. Like every character in it was like really, really good. And they actually had storylines. Like there wasn't just basic ass episodes.
There was an episode of the Cleveland Show where they actually, like, because people were bitching online that Cleveland Jr. didn't look like that in Family Guy. And so they did the whole thing where, like, that Cleveland Jr. is actually a spy, and he, like, killed the other Cleveland Jr.
That's fucking funny.
It's like, holy shit, what are we doing?
Oh, man, I'm going to have to find that episode.
Yeah.
No, I am. My favorite one is, there was one where Darren Criss from fucking Glee. Yeah, he played fucking Mr. Mixelplick in the Flash episode, the musical episode.
The first Mixelplick, because they replaced him later.
Yeah. Because you can be anybody. It's fucking stupid.
He can change his face. That's probably what they're going to do with the Elongated Man, so at least to write him off.
Dude, fucking shout out to Hartley Sawyer. I like that guy. I'm probably going to get canceled for that, but whatever.
It's okay to like people that say dumb shit.
Yeah. I mean, look at us.
Yeah.
It was Darren Criss and Fergie fucking guest starred. And it was Cleveland Jr. went to like a Bible camp or some shit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's honestly one of my favorite episodes. That show was great. And it was such a bummer to see this voice actor like willingly give up. Like, because that's what makes it even worse.
Well,
like, I could
also,
understand.
I'm wondering if he's stepping down then from the voice of Cleveland Jr. too, because he voices both. But he only says, I'm stepping down from this role.
Well, you know it's going to be both. You know it's going to be both.
Of this is my thing. From a show that, like, makes fun of every single thing, like South Park, like, they make fun of everything. I'm not even going to go into
it's not even worth the list, dude. Everybody's had their turn.
This is the one thing that they're going to finally be like, no, we need to fix this. Like,
and it's not even in the show. It's a meta thing, which is horseshit.
But I get that I'm curious, is it the studios that are saying this? And then the actors are just getting the face to go out and, you know,
I would imagine
try to get the better publicity for themselves to bow out, or
I imagine it's I think it's a bit of both. Because you know, the companies are looking at it and going, "Fuck, they're gonna, they're coming for us eventually." So do we just head it off at the pass, or what do we do?
Well, then too, I mean, who's in control of Fox right now? Who's running
Disney.
the Family Guy? Well, I mean, Seth is running the Family Guy, but Disney, yeah.
You know, it's just a bunch of TV execs who work in that branch and blah, blah, blah. And the thing is, though, is like I could see the actors wanting to bow out before it becomes their fault. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because right now, you're lucking out that most of these weirdos are going after the company and going, I can't believe you did this in the first place, blah, blah, blah. Because you can kind of understand the actors taking it because they're like, oh, it's a paycheck. But,
right.
So they're just like, well, let's just get out of here before they come at me personally for doing this. Like Jenny Slate jumped off her couple of characters.
Kristen Bell
jumped off.
Which I say to that because I read that one. It was the only one I actually read all the way through. Just because I was curious. Because it was the first one, I think. It was the first one. Every other one after that, I was just like, okay, I get the gist of it.
I'll just keep arguing that it's Hank Azaria started it all. No, dead ass, because that fucking stupid comedian made the fucking Apu documentary.
Yeah.
And then Hank Azaria fucking finally bowed out. And I'm just like...
Yeah.
Man, people just do not understand
I'm
how
curious,
this
like,
shit works.
so okay, we get the whole bowing out thing. Totally get that. Okay. The reason behind it is because they feel bad, supposedly, what they say, anyways.
Yeah.
We'll say what they say. They feel bad and they feel that these roles should be given to the people that the characters represent. Okay, I totally get that. I understand it anyways.
The sentiment is nice.
Yeah, the
The
sentiment.
virtue signal is strong. It's fine. Like,
Now,
I get the point.
in the same way, then as a smart ass person sitting back on Twitter just looking at this, just like, so if you feel that deeply about it that you shouldn't have had this role in the first place,
Yeah.
are you giving your royalties to the equality movements and the shit from those roles?
Yeah.
Are you going to? And then the other one was
That's essentially reparations, by the way.
Yeah.
If they're thinking about that shit.
right. And then with Kristen Bell, like, because she dropped out, and like I said, that was the only one I really read into. I'm curious, would she have dropped out if Anna from Frozen was a black character or an Indian character or something like that? Would she drop that paycheck that fast? Because the show that she dropped from, I don't even know what the fucking show was. Like,
Yeah.
it was
I'd never
some
even heard of it.
random show that she was doing on, what was it?
like
I
Hulu
think it's
or
like
some
Amazon or Apple. It was Apple
okay.
cartoon, I think. So I'm like, yeah, no one's watching that show anyways. Because who the
No,
fuck's
it's-
paying for
no,
Apple TV?
This is all just hypocritical bullshit to save face. That's all it is. It's these people are fucking hypocrites. Like, they're like, oh, I care about, like, Phil Lamar's a great example. A black voice actor who's done like fucking 40 voices
Phil
of
Lamar.
every race and color.
Name sounds familiar. What's he look like?
You can look him up. He's done everybody. I couldn't even make the list
He's
right
done everybody. From what I heard, Joel Schumacher did everybody, but that's a whole other thing.
now. Well, he made Batman and Robin, so he deserves it.
What was the estimated? He said 400,000 people, I think it was.
What?
Or no, 200,000. It was 200,000. But they equaled out, like, they did so they did the math on this other podcast I listened to.
Fuck's sake.
That to get to that amount, it would have had to been 400 people a year for 50 years that he was having sex with. And if that
Don't
number's
buy it.
real,
I don't
God,
buy
Joel
it.
Schumacher, like, was God.
Well, no wonder he lived so fucking long. He was getting his cardio in.
Right? He didn't even have to go to the gym.
It's fucked up. Jim will come to you. Jim will come on you. No, John,
All right, so who was the guy I was looking up?
Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar. It sounds so familiar. I'm probably
You're
know
just-
who it is.
He's done all these voices, and
Oh yeah, he
and
was
people,
in Supergirl.
Was he?
Yeah, he was Martian Manhunter's brother. I knew the name sounded familiar.
Oh, he's not a real Martian. He shouldn't have to.
I
He shouldn't
think.
be able to
Let
do
me
the
double
fucking
check. Let me double check. I don't want to be. Oh, they all look the same.
Are you sure it's not Weird Al? It could be Weird Al.
Yeah, no, it's he was in Supergirl. He was Malefic Johns.
Hot. No, people
Holy fuck,
literally
he's
had a
done
screenshot.
everything. Yeah.
They had a screenshot of this dude saying, like, and from like 5 or 10 years ago or something, saying, like, that's the great thing about voice acting. You can be anybody and do anything, and it's really important.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. And then he comes out and goes, like, oh yeah, if you come at me with, so black people can't be other characters. It's like, go fuck yourself. And it's like, wow, man, talk about just living in the moment and being
Right.
so fucking up your own ass.
So wait,
It's
he
like-
said what? No.
I'll see if I can find the actual quote. He was just being a fucking hypocrite about it.
So he was about doing all these kind of roles, is what you're
Yeah.
saying, and then he comes out and says,
Then essentially agreeing with the cancel culture portion
Okay.
of it all. And it was really fucking disheartening.
"Wonder what James Avery would say about that when he played an Asian man that was basically a white guy on Ninja Turtles."
Yeah. Right? Man, it was really it was really disheartening to see shit like that because it's just like,
Oh, he plays King. Is he plays King Shark or? It says Shark God on Harley Quinn. Shark God, Samson, and Lucius Fox.
all right.
In the Harley Quinn TV show is what he plays.
But anyway, just okay. Anybody trying to create false equivalences about underrepresented minorities, people of color, or women, voicing majorities, whites or males in animation, keep my name the fuck out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And then somebody literally screen caps something from a Samurai Jack Reddit subreddit.
Uh-huh.
And he posts, "What changed, man? A person's voice has no color." So Phil Lamar posted, "A person's voice has no color. A voice has many things: culture, history, attitude. What it doesn't have is a race. It feels no stranger. It feels no stranger to play a white character than an alien or a bird, a rapper, or a person from a different country. Unless I'm playing the part of an African-American voice actor from California who is standing in a recording booth, I'm always going to be interpreting a character." So get fucked.
Right.
Like it's honestly proof that these fucking assholes just want to be part of the now. They're not thinking a year from now when we start going back to casting people.
Yeah.
They're not thinking 10 years from now when new projects are being made and they're potentially perfect for a role. They won't take it. And that was always the best part about voice acting, is you didn't have to be pretty or in shape or 6 feet tall or, Danny DeVito. You could just have a voice and work.
Right.
And now we've made everything so petty that everything is losing a little bit of relevance and integrity.
Well,
and
the same
creativity.
thing goes.
It's just sad.
If we're gonna go the route of race, then go the route of gender. You know how many women play male characters
Exactly.
on TV? All
Bart
the time.
Simpson.
Bart Simpson has been a female voice for almost 30 some years now.
Or what's it? Tina from fucking Bob's Burgers. It's a dude.
Yeah.
Eh,
And I want to take something back real quick. Joel Schumacher had sex with between 10,000 and 20,000 men, not 200
did you say men?
men. Yeah, he was gay. You didn't know
Hell
that?
yeah! Fuck yeah!
Come on, watch his Batman movies. You didn't
Oh
know
yeah,
he was
bat
gay.
nipples. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
He said he started having a relationship with a 17-year-old boy that lasted 2 years when he was 15 years old. And he started having sex activity at age 11. And these were all things that were personally said from him before, way before he passed away, of course. So, hell yeah, man. No wonder he lived so long, though. Good life.
That's what I'm saying.
But I don't know how he fit 400 people in a year with making fucking movies.
You got some downtime, man.
20,000.
You're not making movies 24 hours a day all year.
20,000. I don't even know if porn stars have slept with that many fucking people at the end of their career. 20,000.
But then you got to make the argument: different people.
It's different people. He did clear that it was different.
And also, let's be fair. Men exaggerate numbers.
Sorry, we keep going back and forth between like him.
You're the one who keeps doing it. I'm fine. I will ride the conversation, no matter where it takes me. Because like, not to fucking brag or anything, but like me and Hannah are like every day at this point. Like it's almost part of the morning routine.
Having sex with one person, whatever. Even then, if you have sex once a day, a year, that's still not 400 times a year.
That's fucking true, man.
So, and for 50 years, bro. 50 years. I mean, yeah. And he was working in the industry the entire time. So,
fucking legend status. I hope it was all consent. We're only bragging if it was all consent and it was all good.
I would love a list of those people too to see if this is true or not.
Yeah, it's like fucking fake voters, and you find out like they've actually been dead for like fucking 10 years.
He didn't do the Ed Gein, did he? No. Okay, we're
Oh,
cool.
fuck's sake.
Anyways, back to
God damn it.
the
I
people complaining.
I just think the voice acting thing is horseshit, and I think it'll turn. I think once this culture dies out, which I don't think it's going anywhere anytime soon, but once
people
you've
have nothing better to do.
Well, I mean, this shit has been going on for a while. It's just been
Yeah.
extremely ramped up because of all the situation.
Right.
And you know how it is. It's the people who are bitching about it will bitch the loudest and relentlessly. The people who don't care just watch the stuff and go, "Oh yeah, I like that." And that's it. And that's where it ends. You know, there's people just like you and me who bitch about it behind closed doors or on the podcast or whatever. But like,
Not closed doors. I bitch about it everywhere. I was like, this is fucking stupid.
but you know what I mean? Like online to like other people. We're not going straight to companies and the actual voice actors and going, you know, what the fuck is wrong with
If
you?
I didn't
Blah,
have to
blah, blah.
wear a mask, maybe I would.
There you go. No, but like Hank Azaria was a perfect example of this was never gonna stop.
Yeah.
Apu's been on fucking TV for 30 fucking years, and people don't realize that. Yeah, it's fine. He does the voice.
He really didn't
Yeah.
have a major part, anyways, in most of the episodes. I'll say.
I would argue there are a lot of things, but if you watch that character, he's one of the most virtuous characters and one of the most intelligent characters in that show, aside from probably Lisa.
What do they
And-
think is so wrong with his character besides like?
Nothing. It's just the stereotypes. They don't like the stereotypes. Where I make the argument, but people do that. It's a representation of
stereotypes
people who
are
do
generally based off of reality. That's
Yeah.
where most stereotypes come from.
that. And I can understand you
just
being
because
pissed
people,
off.
Yeah.
But I can understand you being pissed off that it's like, oh, he works at a gas station. Of course he does. But it's like, but that's because he chose to do that and he
Right.
enjoys his job and he's got a really good family and has very strong values and is one of the most intelligent people in that fucking town. And you guys don't look at that part where it's good representation. You just care about the fucking stereotype, which is really fucking sad.
If we're gonna be like,
fucking
oh,
Homer's a fucking stereotype, dude. He's stupid, fat, bald American dad. You know,
Yeah.
like, but people don't
but
fucking
not the
care
good
about
American
that.
dad.
Yeah. But people don't fucking care about that. So then I'm like, okay, fine. All these white people are stepping down. When are the black people going to start being like, okay, you can't do white people roles or, you know,
Or
female-
yellow people or anything. You know,
I'm not going to call them yellow, but you know,
I don't fucking know.
let's
That's
say
the
you were saying
stereotype.
Simpsons. We'll go with Simpsons. You know, it's just one of those things like, man, fucking good luck. Like, good fucking luck in a couple of years finding a person you really want to do this part. And now everyone's just scared to do it,
Right. Yeah.
you know?
And you gotta too, like, for certain characters, I'll say this, and then I'll be done because it's
Yeah.
stupid. As for someone like me, my voice is just a big ass stoner voice. Sometimes, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
only gonna get cast for specific roles. If you're really good at not having my stoner voice, you can actually talk.
Or
You
like
know.
do voices or like, you know.
Yeah. Any other accent or anything like that, or you can come up with a dope character voice, or even like Cleveland, like that voice that the guy does goes with the character.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be about the color, but the voice, the comedic element of his voice works with the character, which works within the show.
Exactly.
Now,
Like, if you wanted to say one of the characters is racist, you'd look at Tyrone. Like, big, deep, dark voice. Like,
who,
you know what I mean?
Who is that? That's his
Tyrone? It's the stepdad.
stepdad. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I was trying to remember which is which, because they had Tyrone and then they had the little
Oh,
dude.
the son.
No, not Cleveland Jr.
No,
the kid, the baby,
tiny kid. Yeah.
the Black Stewie. It's basically what he is.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Rollo. There we go.
Got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Which, I mean, then are we going to start changing all their names because they're very stereotypical names?
Nah, it's just it's a really bad precedent to set because it's something that won't have longevity.
Yeah.
It just won't. The creative process won't be able to be sustained.
Yeah.
With that type of stuff, because then it's going to get to a point, and I promise you it will, where we're going to start fucking checking writers.
Seeing if
white people can't write about Native American topics or Asian topics, or
even if it's a historian, they can't write about
Exactly.
slavery or something because you can't write on that topic.
Yeah, you're not going to be allowed to.
I get it. Yeah,
you're not going to be able to write about Prince of Egypt because you're not Egyptian. You know what I mean? And I think we're going to get there.
I mean,
but we're going to get there.
Prince of Egypt.
Telling you, we're going to get there.
Prince of Egypt, what?
It's like that Disney animated film
About Moses, who's not Egyptian.
What? But what about the culture though? It's all Egyptian culture. Go back and watch that movie, my dude.
It's with the Egyptians and it's with
The Mummy. There. Is that better?
There you go.
Fucking hell. Fucking hell.
Well, because Prince of Egypt is based off of the Bible. It's the story of Moses and Pharaoh.
Still Egyptian.
Moses ain't Egyptian. No.
I didn't say Moses, you dipshit.
But most of that movie is based on
Oh my god. Oh my god. Some people would argue that the Bible was wrong anyway because it whitewashed everything because it didn't fucking take place over here. You know, that kind of shit.
I mean, it doesn't whitewash it.
That kind of shit.
Our adaptations of them is what whitewashes the Bible.
Sure.
It's not the Bible itself because the Bible itself doesn't really give color a whole lot in their explanations.
Well, you're taking me down a fucking road and you understand what I'm saying. Essentially, like, we couldn't have white people writing Mulan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where we're going to get.
Now I want Isaac on this cast right now to fucking just prove you
I know, right? Well, there's nothing to prove wrong. I'm probably wrong. I don't care because that's not the target. That's not my target of conversation. I don't care. It's all fake anyway.
Okay. Anyways.
How'd you like that? See? Fucking. I subscribe to Greek mythology. Thank you very much.
Your gods are dead.
Oh, man.
I saw that movie. I watched Zeus die.
Oh, man. Fucking God of War. Fucking Kratos going around killing everybody.
No, you had even what was it? Clash of Titans and Clash of the was it War of the Titans?
Close.
I don't remember what the second one
Wrath.
was. Wrath of the Titans, yeah.
Fucking Sam Worthington, who fucking nobody remembers. Jake Sully.
Okay, let's.
He's a terrible actor. Stop.
Sam
Don't defend him.
Worthington in those movies was probably the best thing for those movies.
Well, because he's just generic template. Kind of.
Yeah.
If you want the most boring couple in a movie, fucking Sam Worthington and Daisy Ridley. Just two fucking planks of wood. Like,
Daisy Ridley's Ray.
Ray.
Right. I've never seen her in anything else, so I'm not gonna judge on that because I have no clue.
Well, she literally played a
how she
cadaver
acts.
once on a TV show. She was in some fucking period piece the other day.
Is it any good?
Fuck, I'm not gonna watch it. She's not that great of an actress.
She's
it's
British, right? So she's probably
yeah.
done a lot of like stuff over there for BBC and shit like that.
I can't handle the fact that somebody pointed it out that she like 90% of the time cannot close her mouth. Ever since, I want to die. Because I literally think there's a movie poster of her on it where I think they actually photoshopped her mouth closed. I'm dead serious.
So
it was for that period piece movie.
It looks like she hasn't done a whole lot.
No, she
besides
was
Star Wars.
She was a no name when they picked her.
She
for Star
did a
Wars.
voice in the Peter Rabbit movie in 2018, but she's done a bunch of shorts and that's about it. Besides Star Wars, and then she's got like 5 things in No,
in
4
production?
things in production. One is just a voice acting thing. One's a documentary, and where
God,
she's
so
a
she-
narrator, so she's
Yeah, I
just
was gonna say.
narrator. And then there's only 3 things that she's actually acting in that's coming out.
I could see her being a voice. I like her voice.
Here you go. You'll love this
Uh-huh.
one. The last one in her list on IMDb that's been announced. I'll wait till you stop
no.
drinking.
Oh no.
It's called A Woman of No Importance.
Damn. Oof. That is. Ow. There are a lot of jokes there. I'm just gonna leave them all to the imagination. Oh man, that's brutal.
Yeah. So
That's funny.
there is one actor though. So we were watching Suicide Squad again the other day.
Why do you hate yourself?
Micah likes that movie for some reason,
Well, because kids are dumb.
but this time
Sorry.
he
I'm sorry.
put in the normal theatrical cut, which I've never seen. I've only watched the extended cut,
Oh, okay.
which helps make the movie a little more.
Because it's short.
it,
Oh, you mean the extended is better?
The extended is better because it adds in some filler stuff, not like a
I
whole
have to
lot to make it a full story, but still. So
Because I
this
have
was the
a
first
feeling
time
I gotta
watched.
ask.
Yeah.
To preface, I gotta ask.
Okay.
Did you think the extended version of Batman v Superman was better?
Is that the rated R version and stuff?
Sure.
That's the only
Yeah.
version I've ever watched.
Oh, okay.
So.
See, everybody makes it sound like it made it a masterpiece. I'm like, no, it just added more stupid shit that didn't make any sense.
If I'm gonna watch a 2.5 hour Batman v Superman movie, I'm just gonna watch the extra half an hour with all the shit in it to see what is all in there. I mean, the rated R version isn't. I don't even see why it's rated R. Maybe because of a little extra blood or some shit like that.
It was the blood, yeah.
With Suicide Squad, there was a lot of stuff cut out of that theatrical that's in the extended cut, which I just realized because, again, first time ever watching the theatrical cut, and I was like waiting for certain things to happen. There are actually like parts that I like, and they didn't happen. I was like, oh, this is why people really hated this movie.
I'm telling you, man, I think that movie really could benefit from a director's cut. That's one where
It could benefit from another editing.
If a David Ayer could edit that himself or whatever with the team that he wants, I legitimately think it would be better.
I do have a thing to maybe retract, I guess. Not necessarily, but question, I guess, more so.
Okay.
I had said that somebody had said that the demon creatures in Suicide Squad were supposed to be parademons to link it into all the other stuff.
Yeah.
And that the house didn't do that. But as I'm watching the theatrical cut, there's no way those were supposed to be parademons because they make it a big part of the thing as to why, and like she shows them her mutating them and everything else.
They're the putties from Power Rangers.
Basically. They just break into glass pieces. But the only reason I bring that movie up is because I actually like the dude who plays Rick Flag for some reason. Not necessarily in that movie, not necessarily in RoboCop. I don't know why I like him. I just find his appearance like I want to see him in something good. Which
Man crushing a little bit. Yeah, I feel you.
Which Joel Kinnaman, is that how you say his last name?
Sure.
He's actually in. He was in the horrible RoboCop movie, guys. If you want to go watch it,
that was really fucking bad.
But he did this show Altered Carbon on Netflix, which I have yet,
I've heard good things.
I have yet to watch his season. The second season actually has Falcon in it.
Oh, Anthony Mackie?
Yeah.
I've heard the second season's better. That's what I've heard.
Well, it's probably because they're not building the whole world up. They can just jump into their stuff. So people are like, "Yeah, let's do this." We don't care about the story. Yeah, but Joel's gonna actually be back in Suicide Squad 2 as Rick Flag again. So that's kind of cool. I really hope he does a good job because I want to see him in more shit. I do.
You know who I'm really curious to see in Suicide Squad 2, and I'm curious if James Gunn is gonna do anything with him.
What's that?
I want to see what he does with Boomerang. It was
Right?
it was the first role with Jai Courtney that I didn't fucking hate him. Like, he was actually really fucking
He
funny.
is on the cast for the movie.
No, James Gunn is, if he's proven anything with Guardians, that he is really good. And like, you know, like with Slither and all the other movies he's ever done, he's really good with like weird niche-y characters or like really strange out of the box type characters. And Boomerang is a great example of some fucking like, you know, second, third tier fucking villain.
Yeah.
I would love to see what he does with him. It'd be funny. So we'll see.
We'll see. Apparently Sean Gunn's going to be in this one as well.
Of course, he's always in it.
Everything.
He's always in James's shit.
John Cena's going to be in it as the Peacemaker. So I'm guessing that's supposed to be like their Will Smith replacement.
Are we gonna be able to see him?
No.
I wonder how many people got that fucking shitty joke.
You can't.
Oh my god!
Taika
started
Waititi's
watching.
Gonna be in that. Did you
I
fucking
fucking
know that?
hate. I know. Oh god! Speaking of both those fucking assholes, first of all, I started watching Bumblebee.
Bumblebee. Okay.
It's fucking dumb. It's really dumb. I really, really like the character design.
Yeah.
I really wish it was just about the fucking robots. Give me a Beast Wars film or something.
Yeah.
Because fucking hell.
Which that was in the future or on the other planet? What was that? Or no, the past.
It was earlier. It was like Cybertron shit. I don't even know the context of what Bumblebee was supposed to be.
No,
I didn't get to finish
I'm
it.
talking about Beast Wars. That was
Oh.
on the planet in the past?
I
Or
think so.
was it way in the future where dinosaurs were back again or some shit? I don't remember.
I think it was back in the past.
Back in the past. Okay.
That's what I'm thinking. But, man, Bumblebee sucks. That was not good. I was hoping it was going to be better. But, like, the robots were fucking cool. They looked way better. So that was at least something. And then, what else did I see during my playing? Well, you brought up Taika Waititi.
Yep.
Got to throw this out there. I just saw Jojo Rabbit.
So
Finally.
good. Finally.
Bruh.
Finally, motherfucker, I told you to watch
Bruh.
that movie.
I gotta say, I might think it deserves the word masterpiece on it. I'm definitely gonna watch it a few more times. I fucking really like that film. Like, a lot. Man. Well, because I want to know if I'm gonna spoil it because it's been fucking forever.
Yeah.
So spoilers for fucking Jojo Rabbit. If you haven't seen it, go fucking watch it right now and then come back. They do some really magical shit. I accidentally had a moment spoiled on like YouTube or something.
Okay.
The scene when Scarlett Johansson's character gets hung
Now that we don't see her get hung now.
or hanged. No, we don't see it happen,
Yeah.
but I know that it did happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I already knew it was going to happen, but it was one of those things where I always tell people, unless it's like a huge twist or something, spoilers don't really bug me because
Right.
if the movie's doing a good job, even if I'm looking for it, I'm looking for it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more of a, I know this is going to happen, but I want the when and how.
Right.
And fucking hell, because I knew that was going to happen, there is so much fucking foreshadowing, dude. Like, there's a scene where they're like, right before they go on their bike ride, they're like walking and she jumps up on this like wall. She's walking up on the wall and he's walking down on the sidewalk. And they cut and all you see is her shoes.
Yep.
And he's like looking right at the shoes. And it's the exact same framing as when he notices that she's been hung. And I was like, fuck you, film. That was so fucking good. And like, you know, with the tying the shoes and stuff, it was just like, they were so good at like planting little seeds. And like Sam Rockwell's character and Alfie Allen, you could tell like there was this weird gay thing going on with them. And it was just so, it was like obvious, but
Yeah,
not.
it was supposed to be obvious.
Yeah, but it was like obvious without being obvious, if that makes sense. Like, it wasn't like preachy and weird, and it was like little character moments with them. And then it was a nice payoff at the end. That fucking man, you like every fucking character in that show. Like, Oh my god, the child actors are fucking phenomenal. The kid who plays JoJo and the kid who plays Yorkie. Oh, I fucking love Yorkie. He's fucking hilarious. And man, the movie, I love how the movie sets its tone so fast. Like the scene when he's talking to imaginary friend Hitler for the first time in the woods.
Yep. Yeah.
And and they call him Jojo Rabbit and all that shit. And he's like, be the rabbit. And he runs back and fucking chucks their grenade. When it blew him up, I go, what the fuck? Like, because I didn't know about that. And I was like, man, this movie's not fucking around. Because you see a kid accidentally get stabbed because they were throwing like axes or whatever into the tree. And I'm like, they're willing to hurt kids. And they got kids like shooting guns. And
it's funny because they do it in a comedic way.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like shit like that happen.
Exactly.
Just not so funny. But we get to see it in a comedic way.
Yep.
So people are more like, okay, I can watch this.
And it was really difficult. And it's funny you bring that up because I made a comment with somebody. I want to say it was Tivis, or it might have just been a random person online. Because I watched it on a plane.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of hailing Hitler and fucking a lot of swastikas floating around. A lot of Nazi imagery.
Yeah.
Especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
So people could be like looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy watching? Yeah. And but I was talking to the guy, I'll go, I think this is a really brilliant film because they make something very awkward and dark and really like just really sad and just really kind of just almost hard to digest. They made it accessible.
Yeah.
Through comedy and bright colors and really good and doing it through the eyes of a child.
Right.
It kind of gave you this little bit of innocence that like it made it accessible for you to watch. And
same with I really like the evolution that they do with imaginary Hitler throughout the whole thing too. Because it's something it's kind of like what the Germans were probably dealing with, like, goofy funny guy, well, not goofy, but like cool guy,
charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic.
He was an idol.
And then you see him like just de-evolve into this asshole like as things are going through, where he just doesn't care who the fuck dies and stuff. So
and I think it's really interesting to have that and then figure and it's just so cool. Because the movie gives you a little piece of the puzzle every single time. And they do it really, really well. It's not usually exposited or it's pretty much if you know everything, go back and watch it because they set everything up. Yeah. And like, and then one of my favorite things is because there is a lot of foreshadowing and a lot of like setups.
Yes.
But one of my favorite things, just for the sheer movie maker, fucking pretentious ass viewer that I am, you see this, everything is bright colors, these big bright colors and big like just really fanatical things. It's big pictures and fun, bright colors and goofy dance. Like Scarlett Johansson is fucking brilliant in this film. She is so good. But then at the end, like everything it's like so brightly colored and pretty. And then the scene when it's essentially, you have this gray tone that looks like, like dystopian war movie, like color grade when he sees his mom hung, and it goes back to bright colors for like a second. And then when he steps outside, when the war is actually happening, like when the Americans and the Russians and everybody are invading, it's all desolate gray tones and dystopian colors, and it's all beat up and mangled.
Yep.
And it's so indicative of what these filmmakers were doing. They knew what they were doing. Like, it was just like the movie has now turned into a war film, and the kid is dropped into a war film.
Yeah, he definitely gets
cool.
he definitely gets to evolve into something completely different than what he thought he was going to end up in, which is really cool to see. Because I mean, he even has the I guess not really the chance, because she stops him instantly. But when he tries to kill the girl.
Yep.
After he sees his mom dead, he's
Elsa.
like, he blames her for her mom's death. Which, I mean, you can.
I can see why. Yeah, I can see why you would think so. It's not
honestly
her fault.
my favorite character in that was fucking Sam Rockwell's character.
He was great. And then like with the big reveal with his fucking uniform, dude, I was fucking dying. Like I was dying.
It reminds me of like a wrestling character, honestly.
Yeah,
just like the whole suit and everything, and then he has the fucking gun and everything. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. There's not a bad. Well, okay.
There
fucking
is
Rebel
some,
Wilson. I can't fucking stand Rebel Wilson. Oh my fucking Christ!
I think she was just supposed to be. She was there as a hyperbolic Nazi woman,
crazy,
basically.
Woman.
Like yeah,
Fraulein,
like just showing like what these people were like, how much they believed all these dumb things that they were told, but she just does it in more of a hyperbolic state.
And it's, and don't get me wrong, luckily they don't like overuse her like a lot of films do. So it was just more of like an eye roll here, and then I'd laugh at something from fucking hell. And then I'd laugh at it. And, she had some good jokes and it was fine.
Yeah.
But man, this film was fucking great. I really enjoyed what was it? Well, like you said, the JoJo.
Yeah.
Having this big long character arc, and it's neat because again, even though it was a kid, I guarantee you a bunch of adults went through this, or people in the actual army. And you also got to remember, for a lot of people, everybody in the Nazi army didn't necessarily want to be there. They didn't actually believe in the things that were happening. But if you didn't join, they'd just kill you.
Right.
And well,
they would occupy cities and just make those people work for them. They were just like, fuck you. Basically, they show it too in there. Just it's in the background more so of it. Especially even with the truck of the guys coming back from war, and I think those were the same guys that had like picked on JoJo at the beginning, right?
I think it's a different batch.
Is that a different batch? Okay, because I know they showed those guys going out.
But you see them going out.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check. It might be them, but I don't think so because I think they would have said something or made up.
Did you watch it just on the plane, or have you watched it on TV? Okay.
I haven't gotten a chance to watch it again. I'm
definitely
gonna buy it.
Do that because it's good. Like I've watched it 3 times now. Once in theaters and twice at home. Once with Nikki by ourselves, and then once with Myke because he wanted to watch it. And it still holds up. I mean, like any fucking movie, you can find something if you want to pick it apart.
Absolutely.
But it holds up. It definitely holds up after a couple of viewings. The story is just incredible, and it's an actual story that has a beginning, middle, and end, and it's evolving as the movie's going on. And I don't have to worry about a fucking sequel because fuck off. What are we gonna do? Show JoJo when he's old now?
Yeah, he's in the French Revolution. It was so, and I love the opening too. They play a German version of "I Want to Hold Your Hand" by the Beatles. Because they call it Beatlemania when they were traveling around and people were freaking out and girls were losing their shit and all this stuff. And they did it over propaganda videos of Hitler running around and Nazis saluting him and freaking out because of, how charismatic and shit he was with all his speeches and stuff. And it really can show that music can set a tone, things can be put out of context. But at the same time, you can have that same fanaticism about good things and bad things. And it's fucking good film. It's really a good film. If you haven't, if you can't tell, I fucking love this movie.
I told you to watch the fucking movie months ago.
I don't fucking want to hear it, Lord of the Rings. I don't want to hear it.
See, though, there's a difference. Lord of the Rings has been out for 20 years, so...
So it makes it worse. So thank you for proving my point.
The friends that told me I should be watching it 20 years ago, they can bitch.
Because I shouldn't have to bitch at you. It should have already been done. But no, seriously, if people out there, if you haven't seen it, go fucking watch this film. It is so good.
So, with that good film...
Yes.
Do you want to hear about a bad film?
Yes, but one sec. Other recommendation, because I saw this on the plane. Yeah. There was a movie a documentary called Memory, the origin of Alien, the Ridley Scott original 1979 or something.
Right.
Fucking hell, that was cool. That was way cool. They like talk about like all the Egyptian inspirations and where Dan O'Bannon, who like came up with the idea, like where he was from and where he got all of his inspirations
Where'd you see
from.
that
Apparently,
at?
there's like something called like death. I watched that on the plane too.
Okay.
And I started watching Missing Link. I didn't get to finish it, but I was enjoying that one too.
It's when you tell them, "Hey, fly around the fucking airport."
I
a few
know. I was like,
times.
"You fuckers!" Like, I needed like 15 more minutes to finish Missing Link. But no, the memory one. It's like they talk about where all the art came from and the inspirations for the aliens.
Yeah.
And like they took a lot of Egyptian stuff. So like here's a good example of something, and then I'll leave it be so you can go watch it because you'll dig it. I think you'll dig the shit out of it.
Yeah. I love
and definitely
documentaries
watch
on movies, so
and definitely watch Alien because that shit was awesome. That movie's great. This just made me appreciate it more. They do a lot of like Egyptian stuff, like when they were like coming up with like the design of like the the first carrier of the alien or whatever. I can't remember what the hell it's called, but apparently there's a god called Newt, like this special female god in Egyptian culture.
okay.
Do you know what the name of the child, the little girl was in the second movie?
Oh, I haven't seen those in forever. I don't recall.
They named her Newt.
Newt. That
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I was like, oh, I wonder if like did that carry on from the first thing, or did they just call her that to call her that?
Wasn't
So
there
it
a
was
Newt
really
in
fucking
all of the
interesting.
movies?
Hmm?
Wasn't there a Newt in all the movies? Because she was the mute
No.
kid, right?
Well, mute. She just didn't talk.
Okay,
She
yeah,
was
yeah.
she was only in the second one, and then they killed her in the third one
Okay.
off screen. That was the prison one, which
Right.
it's pretty hit or miss. I don't like that because I think there was a character assassination with Ripley. There's no way she'd be that fucking stupid, and it really annoyed the shit out of me.
There's always a character assassination of somebody.
Yeah, but your main fucking character of the franchise, it just hurt my soul.
Look what they did to Luke Skywalker. Just saying.
I'm just saying. So it's been happening for years. But then
Decades.
and then I started watching Missing Link, so
Yeah.
that was pretty good. It's Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a monster hunter. It's not Van Helsing. It was good though. What?
No, I'm just
You all right?
fuck off.
You losing? You okay? You look like you're having a.
I just thought about other like main
Yeah,
characters that got killed for stupid fucking reasons in movies recently. Like
What,
not
John Connor in
recently,
Dark Fate?
but like
Dark
like
Fate?
older movies, older than the 2000s.
Like who?
Well, I guess early 2000s.
I gotta
should
know.
say.
Who do you got?
Fucking Data. Like they killed Data.
Yeah?
Like so stupid. Not even like I. That's one thing I liked about the Picard series is he actually got a decent send off in there.
Mhm.
But in the fucking movie, it was just like, that's it. The fuck, man. Like, what? We couldn't have even brought Data into the Kelvin timeline and just say he got blasted through with the black hole or something. Oh, come on, man. Come on. You can do better than this, people.
Bruh.
Anyway, speaking of doing better, news broke that Warner Brothers is doing a Frosty the Snowman live action movie with Jason
what?
Momoa.
No.
Jason Momoa as Frosty.
Momoa?
Yeah,
Shut up. Really?
seriously.
This can't be a thing.
Jason Momoa is going to be voicing the iconic snowman Frosty in the Frosty the Snowman live action film. Done by Warner Brothers, along with John Berg, Greg Silverman, and Jeff Johns, who's
Are they just making their own Frosty the Snowman? Are they gonna like? You remember the old cartoon?
yeah, that's what I'm.
Is that what they're
guessing it's
doing?
based off of? Is the old cartoon? Yeah,
Oh man.
I'm not sure who owned that cartoon, but they can just fucking take it. They're just
Oh,
gonna
shit.
take it. It's Warner Brothers is the only one doing anything right now, so I'm not gonna complain. But then I'm gonna complain.
You probably should. You probably should. Just because you can doesn't mean you should. Have you ever seen
Right.
Jurassic Park?
Are they? They're not in charge of Jurassic Park, are they? Warner Brothers?
they're
I thought that was
Fox.
Universal.
That's Universal Fox, I think.
Yeah, so that's not Warner Brothers at all.
That's not
And
what
that's
I'm
not
saying,
Fox.
dipshit. That's not what I'm saying, dipshit.
Oh, okay. Then what are you saying?
I was talking about fucking Ian Malcolm saying you were so busy figuring out if you could, you didn't think about whether or not you should.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, dude.
I just thought you were talking about the crappy movies they've
Fuck
been
me.
putting out.
Oh my god. Oh my
It can work
goodness.
either way, just saying.
Fair enough. You're just saying a lot.
Just saying. Yeah, and that news just broke about an hour ago from now, so it's like gonna be a day old or so when we drop this. So,
man, I just don't see what Frosty's gonna put on his fucking top hat and go Yahoo! Like,
yeah, I don't see
That's awesome.
Frosty voicing or Momoa voicing a Frosty. It's like, all right, brother.
maybe like a Wendy's Frosty. Fucking hell.
I mean, if we're gonna get someone to voice Frosty that's just gonna have that kind of attitude, just get Hulk Hogan to do it. Then just pull out all the fucking stops.
Hopefully, with The Rock. Hopefully he actually can surprise me, and he's actually like a voice actor, and like will do a voice.
Has he
but I have a
done any
feeling it's
voice
just gonna be
acting?
him. I doubt it.
I don't think he's done
I don't
any.
even know that he does any other than Khal Drogo. I don't even know if he's ever done any real acting. He just tends to be himself.
What was he in? Well, Game of Thrones was decent. What about the Conan movie? I don't remember.
I think it was in Baywatch. I think it was in Baywatch.
And he was in Stargate Atlantis
in,
too. I know that. He's gonna be in the Dune movie, so we'll see there. Hopefully.
Yeah.
I really want that movie to be good. As one of the very few fans of the original Dune movie, I really want this one to be good so other people can like it too.
Oh no.
Oh man.
You
He
poor
was in nothing. He does some TV shows. Yeah, he does like a Viking TV show and shit like that, right?
He was in Baywatch, bitch.
He wasn't in
yeah, he
Baywatch.
did.
Oh yeah, he was in Baywatch.
Fuck yeah, he was. I think it was like an Australian version though.
That was the first thing
something.
he ever did was Baywatch.
Yeah, he did like some show called Frontier, or it was like a movie or something.
Frontier's a
And
TV
there's,
show on Netflix, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like C or something. I can't remember.
C, yeah. I don't know what the fuck that's on. But everything else is Dune, Zack Snyder's Justice League, a movie called Sweet Girl, The Last Manhunt. Ooh, I wonder if that's like Manhunter, a sequel to Manhunter. I hope not. Oh, he's doing Cliffhanger. They're gonna redo Cliffhanger with him.
That one I'm kind of okay with because the first one, the Sylvester Stallone one was so campy and dumb that this one, I mean, it's just a disaster film. It'd be fine as long as they don't fucking mention the first movie. I'll be fine. Just fucking do your own shit,
Like
and
they
have
did
fun.
with that one movie they remade. That Keanu Reeves did the original. He was a surfer.
Oh, Point Break.
Point Break, yeah. They redid that, and then I don't think they mentioned the first one at all. I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Just do you?
Jason Momoa, his last thing on his credits right now that he's going to be doing, I'll tell you what I read it as, and then you'll know what it is because I was just browsing through it real quick. I thought it said Anchorman 3.
God damn it.
But it's Aquaman 2. I don't.
There you go.
I was just like going through and I just saw A and man.
There was a pretty disappointing sequel. I thought Anchorman 2 was fucking dumb.
Yeah.
the first one.
The first
I really
one's
like the
good.
first
The
one.
second one they just tried more and more humor. I heard the first one like there was so much stuff cut from it that
imagine.
they were able to edit a whole other movie out of the cut footage.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Who was it that was talking about that? The producer dude, the 40-year-old virgin guy,
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow. Yeah, he was talking about it on the Life Is Short podcast with Justin Long.
There was rumors that Men in Black was supposed to be a completely different film, and it all changed in editing.
Oh yeah,
Editing's a
first
good
one?
thing, man. Yeah.
the first. Yeah.
Apparently, like the big tall alien and the small alien inside the cadaver. Apparently, the whole thing was about like them and like their race and like a big war that was brewing and all this stuff. And
I mean,
like,
wasn't
they
that
had
the?
more
Oh,
but they had more like they had more screen time, and it was like really devoted to them and all that.
right.
And I was like, oh man. But yeah, they said they just like completely changed the story.
Now,
and editing,
see,
and I was
if
like, man,
they-
that's interesting.
If they shot that, that would have been a cool like short to put on like a bonus DVD, Because it would add up because you're watching your story, but this is the story that's going on right here that we're not getting to see. That's basically all it is.
That's when I'm like curious if there's like an original screenplay somewhere.
Right.
Excuse me.
That was weird.
What?
Your sneeze.
I fucking dabbed on you. How'd you like that? The fucking COVID-19 dab. Boom.
Dab.
Fucking pandemic.
No.
Fucking
No.
dab on all your haters.
In no news, I don't want to do news. I hate doing news stuff, but that Jason Momoa.
God damn it, dude. What is it like to have a stroke?
Jason Momoa thing just popped up. So I was like, oh, this should be something fucked up.
Thanks for that.
I was on a show yesterday.
Oh, fucking hell. Where are you now?
With
fucking brag about it.
horrible fucking audio because I don't know what the fuck happened in the stream out because I tested my audio afterwards and it was fine. So I'm not putting that on me.
I will.
So.
That was a good show.
It was
You guys were
fun.
funny.
I didn't talk as much as I do here just because I didn't know the guys as well. I knew Chris. It was one of Chris's shows. It was hosted by
the Chaos
Anzo.
List,
Is it Anzo? Is that how you pronounce his name? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I said Enzo when I talked to him once. And
that's how he like spells it sometimes.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they're cool guys. They don't know what Flashpoint fucking is. So.
Yeah, sorry if you guys, Chris and Danny and Anzo and Sith. I can't remember the guy's actual name.
JJ.
JJ. And because I've been on some streams with them.
I was just biting my tongue. I was like, I don't think.
Well,
that's
and they're
what
like
that
super
is.
DC fans too. So it was like because Danny and Anzo are the guys that they're two of the three guys that I talk with on Equilibrium. And they're big DC guys. Like they actually like a lot of the DCEU and stuff. So, it makes me hard to really like them. But
you talk to me every fucking week. So
yeah, I know, right? But they know their shit for the most part. And then they were talking with you, and they were getting to the point where, because all the Michael Keaton rumors coming back to portray Bruce in the Flash movie, which. As cool as that is for people, I just think people are dumb. I don't see why that's cool. I don't understand why people want that. Well, I get why they want it, but I think it's dumb.
So, everybody wants the Batman Beyond story. That's what people fucking want with Michael Keaton.
Yeah,
that's truly what everyone wants. Now, on this other cast I listened to, they had said, that they're planning on doing a Batgirl movie. Into where they might or could use that to do like a Batman Beyond-esque type thing because we don't want more white superheroes right now, white male superheroes I should say, with Terry. So therefore you could have Michael Keaton's Batman being the mentor to that Batgirl.
And after Batwoman, I doubt it.
Well, Batgirl's Batgirl is a lot better character anyways.
This is also true.
And she's been around longer than Batwoman, so...
Yeah.
And the Bat family needs a Batgirl.
Sure.
So Robin can flirt with her.
Yeah, fucking good luck not trying to do a Batman Beyond without Terry. Like, fucking good luck.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wouldn't be a Batman Beyond movie. It would be Batgirl... they would try to figure it out to make that work.
But as you guys were talking about that, then obviously the Flash movie pops up, and we assume the movie's going to be Flashpoint because it's dropped. People have said multiple times it's probably going to be Flashpoint.
The creators have said it's fucking Flashpoint.
Yeah, exactly.
They haven't earned a Flashpoint movie yet.
No, there's nothing to change. Like we don't know anything yet.
Even the TV show has probably just now earned a Flashpoint movie to change everything back if they want.
Yeah.
But
they had 2 full seasons to change shit. But they had stuff established to when he changed things.
Yeah.
We were all like, oh man.
We don't know any of the characters in this universe to where if something changes, it'll be like, okay.
Oh, okay. The only reason why it changed, the only reason why we'd know is because they'd have to exposit it.
Wait. Now Batman's as young as Flash now, and he's like, what? Huh? Okay.
So obviously with the Michael Keaton stuff.
Yeah.
And then they started talking about Flashpoint. Some fucking how, you guys got on the conversation of like, essentially it turned into who's Batman is their favorite.
Right.
They were talking about bringing like Christian fucking Bale in, and I'm like, why?
And they all
He's not even a good
they were
Batman.
talking about every Batman except for George Clooney, and I was the only one who was like, hey, why isn't anyone saying George Clooney?
I thought George Clooney was a good Bruce Wayne and a terrible Batman. That's just where I was at, and I think.
Well,
his
whole Batman movie was nothing but for toys. That whole was a Batman and Robin was that one,
and an American Express card, and
don't leave the cave without it.
Yeah, was it American Express or was it MasterCard? I don't care.
It was the Bat card. It didn't fucking matter.
But I was just like, fucking hell, why are we talking about this? Because it wouldn't even matter, because I'm going to go with, hear me out.
Hear me out, guys.
We're doing the fucking Zack Snyder cut, right?
Yep.
Darkseid's coming.
Yep. I didn't even pitch my ending for that movie because I was just like, you guys are on a whole other thing right now.
And the thing, and I think this is what you said, because I was thinking the same thing, and it feels like the only way to naturally use Flashpoint would be for the Zack Snyder cut to happen. Darkseid comes, fucking kills like everybody.
Yeah.
Essentially Infinity War, which I have no problem believing they would do that because they rip off shit from Marvel constantly.
I said, you're right. I said they just have him kill everyone except for Flash. Flash takes off in a panic and creates the Flashpoint to reset the entire universe. So therefore, anything that happens in Wonder Woman movie, the next Aquaman, nothing has to matter anymore. Moving forward, they don't have to try and make sure, especially with Wonder Woman, are we going to line up with what we did in Batman v Superman or Justice League and shit like that?
Well, to be fair, you'd have to reset it, but I figure it'll be more of like he comes back to like, an hour before everything went to shit. But the whole point is you had Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren, I think her name's Lauren Cohan, the Maggie from fucking Walking Dead.
Yeah.
You had them play Martha and Thomas Wayne for a fucking reason. You didn't just do that nonchalantly. And when you have Flashpoint, Jeffrey Dean Morgan would be the fucking pissed off grizzly Batman.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the point.
Because Bruce dies in that timeline.
Yeah. And the mom becomes like the Joker.
Yep.
Essentially.
Yep.
And
which would be fucking awesome to see on live.
I would watch that. Dude. I would love to watch that. And the thing is it's like, man, the way they kept talking about it, I'm like, did you guys even see the Flashpoint movie? Like, because I was like, if they could make that live action, they wouldn't have earned it, so it'd be hard. But the people who've already seen the cartoon would just be happy to watch it.
Yeah.
Live action.
I don't think they've earned it, nor would it need to be the first Flash solo movie, because his movie, no matter what the movie is the first Flash solo movie ever.
Yeah.
Never has there been a live action Flash movie.
And you're tackling considered one of the most beloved storylines.
Yeah.
That's already had their own animated film. So
you start that shit off, you just go and you do your whole story, do a nice story like they did with, the first season of Flash. Like, give us Flash. Don't give me 100 billion other things I need to worry about.
Yep.
Stop going for it. Like, they did Doctor Strange. They didn't give you every other fucking character. They stayed in Doctor Strange's universe, or, well, his clan or whatever, circuit.
Whatever.
For that whole movie. Like, we don't need all that. But, I don't see a Flashpoint movie working. It's not going to work. It just won't.
Well, and then
especially with Ezra Miller choking fans out.
Thank you. I was like, fucking hell. I was like, how did that not come into the conversation ever?
I didn't know where we could go with it, so I was just like...
Because I was sitting there, I'm like, people really think this movie's still getting made. I don't think it's happening.
Yeah,
unless you recast Ezra.
But what you were talking about is, like, basically, with yesterday's thing, we started talking about the Batman. And they were like, Danny kept saying, "We just put all the Batman in one movie." I was like, that's not Flashpoint, bro. That's like Elseworlds or, Crisis. Yeah. That's not a Flashpoint film. Flashpoint is still in one universe. Like, you're just changing the timeline. That's it.
Because, see, if you want something like that, you know what I think would be really cool? Like an hour and a half interview where you get every single actor. Sorry, Adam West, love you, rip.
They would put him in somehow.
Well, I would say put all those Batmen in one room and they do like a behind the actors studio thing. Yeah. And they all get interviewed about their time as Batman.
Yeah.
Because they could talk about all the suits
beneath the cowl.
Why they were uncomfortable and because Michael Keaton had it the worst essentially with his and because he couldn't even fucking turn his head.
Honestly, too, guys, for Batman, if we're gonna put all the Batmen in one movie, we need to get like the kid from Gotham too. Like, he deserves to be there.
I'd agree.
He was Bruce Wayne more hours of time than anyone else.
No shit, actually. Yeah. Yeah, because they got a bunch of seasons.
Yeah,
Adam West did it a few times in a couple of movies.
5 seasons. Adam West was 3 seasons, I think.
I think it was 3 seasons and like 2 movies or some shit like that.
And then other than that,
and then the Lego games. Don't forget about the Lego games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then of course you got like the random people on Titans and shit like that show up as Bruce Wayne, quote unquote Bruce Wayne. But that's nothing for screen time. But yeah, I was confused because they kept saying Flashpoint, but then they were like all these other people. And then I tossed out the idea it'd be really cool for Bale to come back, but as Red Death. Because I think if anyone could do a good Red Death, Bruce Wayne, Batman with the speedster stuff, would be Christian Bale. Because he can act his ass off. I would not leave it up to Val Kilmer because he probably couldn't fit in the suit.
Man.
George Clooney's he's too much of a pretty boy to do that type of stuff. Ben Affleck, I don't think he could pull that character off necessarily.
He does pissed off and stuff really good. I don't know if he could do like sinister, creepy, like
really evil, down to earth evil,
like a Zoom, like a Zoom character. I don't know if he could get there.
Yeah, and I mean, we're never gonna see fucking. Honestly, if we ever see Red Death on Flash, it's the only way CW is gonna get Bruce Wayne like in their story arcs anywhere. But I think that would be a cool way, and that would, again, that's not even a first Flash movie. That's like a third Flash movie right there. Mm-hmm. And then after that, maybe do a Flashpoint. You have to earn the Flashpoint. And Flashpoint should be something that's a culmination of several movies together.
I will say it again because it's been a while. You need to scrap this DCEU shit. Go ahead and keep using Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and do your, just do your movies. Have them be single-off movies. If you want a DCEU, the person you should have started with was The Flash. End of discussion for me. Because they did it right with Iron Man. Mm-hmm. Obscure character who's kind of down to earth.
Yep. Yeah.
And is pseudo-relatable. Like, has some weird personal issues, but just super smart billionaire guy, relatively relatable for the most part. Like, he's still a person. You have the first Flash movie just be him getting his powers. He's a CSI. Let's watch him be a CSI. And then he gets his Flash powers like halfway through the film. Mm-hmm. We see how he uses them. And then the second movie,
I think that
I always said, I was saying since he was CSI, I thought the coolest thing to do would be to introduce a Batman after that. Like, if the Matt Reeves Batman works, have that tied. And what happens is you find out that Bruce is finding out about the power thing, the metahuman thing.
Right.
So he's been paying attention to that while the Flash kind of idealizes Batman. Mm-hmm. And that's why he wanted to be a hero and all that shit. And he uses his detective skill, his CSI skills and stuff to maybe try and figure out, like, every now and then he goes to Gotham to try and figure out who the Batman is.
Right.
And I think that would be really interesting because then that's how they could meet each other and you'd have two grossly different personalities, but they're both like smarty pantses and could really help each other. Because the idea is with me with superheroes, I want them to be capable outside of the suit. And
Well, I
it's
mean,
different
for
and
some,
it's different with Flash. Without Flash, he's always got his powers.
right?
But Bruce is just as capable without his gadgets as he is with them, for the most part. Like that's
Right. He's just
what
not
you want
bulletproof.
to believe, anyway.
Yeah.
Again, well, and, he can't throw fucking smoke pellets out of his ass or something.
I
It's
mean,
just
you
a
never know
suit.
where he hides stuff, man.
That's what I'm saying. But like I said, that's why I think Tony Stark is endearing, because he's just as capable without his suit. I mean, you know what I mean? Not like
Right.
he's not.
Well, I think that's the
helpless.
thing is with DC, most of, I'm not gonna say all, but most of the heroes do not have as much of a human element as a lot of the Marvel heroes do. So if you're going to tackle and try and follow in Marvel's footsteps, go with your human element first, which is what Marvel did. They went with their more human elements, and now they're getting further away from that. So we'll see how that works for Marvel and DC. I don't know. I think it's a detriment to have Flash on the big screen and then the Flash TV show still going, because people are watching the Flash TV show and being like, Grant Gustin is my Flash.
Yeah.
Fuck this other Flash. Why would I watch this other Flash when this one is fully developed? I've seen him for 5-6 years now,
Yeah.
and he's been acting his ass off. And then we get Barry Allen, the goofball who trips over his feet. Granted, that might change in the Zack Snyder version of Justice League, but still, the one they put out for us already, no, it's gone already, and that's gonna be stuck in people's heads. How many people that watch that movie are actually going to watch the Zack Snyder version of like your normal, your normies, quote unquote? Like the peoples that just went to see Justice League because it was a cool family comic book movie, you know? There's tons of people out there that don't give two shits that were like, Justice League was cool. So
People went to Endgame and without seeing all the other shit.
yeah.
did that.
But
They-
I mean,
'cause
you
they
have to
wanna be
have
part of the
HBO
discussion.
Max to watch the new one. I think if it does decently after a couple months, they put it out in theaters for like a week or two.
I would wait. I would get the fervor going, and then I'd wait like 6 months to a year.
6 months
to
to a
be
year?
completely honest, because in that way you can get the hype, get the.
I mean, if
extra
the movie
money.
theaters ever open back up, anyways. So
That's also a thing. I'm interested. I'm very interested, and especially now with the fucking Ray Fisher or whatever the fuck his name is,
Yeah.
the actor who played Cyborg in Justice League.
Yep.
Coming out and talking shit about Joss now. Very
Which is
interested to
interesting.
see where all this goes. Well, because again, the integrity thing is popping up where he's like
Yeah.
talking about how Joss did such a great job and blah blah blah
Mm-hmm.
at Comic-Con, and Momoa is giving him like a fucking dirty look essentially.
yeah. Well, it's funny because you can look at this from a bunch of different ways, and I've been seeing it even after, because we talked about this on the show yesterday as well a little bit. I think we got very sidetracked from what we were trying to say. But like, you have what he said. Okay, so now it's like, all right, so you were just shilling because you were being paid to say that nice thing about this
Yeah.
director or whatever, just to get the
wanna
movie
ruffle
seen.
feathers.
Totally understandable too, because I mean that's the only fucking movie the dude's ever done. But at the same time, it's like people are like, well, fuck Joss Whedon. Joss Whedon's a piece of shit, because he tweeted out something else too, saying how Joss Whedon treated Joss Whedon people. Joss
Yes.
Whedon treated people like crap on set, and he was just horrible and stuff like that. So then you have people like, oh, Joss Whedon's a piece of shit. He did this, this, and this. And they're not seeing the other side too, where it's like, this guy's only saying this now because he's not being told not to say nice things about it. So then
Yeah.
your integrity for him moving forward,
Yep.
not necessarily everybody, but just him necessarily moving forward, whenever he's talking about a project or a person or anything,
Yep. You're gonna
it's
think he's full of
gone.
shit.
It's
You're gonna
like,
think he's
how
gonna
am I
be full of
supposed
shit.
to believe?
And
Okay,
that's
so
that shit I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Like, I get it. Yeah, okay.
Then don't say
Joss
anything.
Whedon did some shitty things. Okay. I didn't work with him, so I'm not going to go out and say he did a bunch of shitty things. I didn't see the shitty things. I only hear it, so I can be like, well, that's fucked up. And some of the things are kind of fucked up.
And you
But
hear,
at the same time, it's like you're doing this shit that's literally going to hurt your career moving forward.
It's gonna hurt your
because, yeah, you're
my whole thing
completely
is my
gone.
whole thing is that okay.
Let me
So
tell you.
let's attack this from like 500 different angles here.
Okay.
So we got Ray Fisher. This shit sounds bitter. It sounds bitter as fuck because I understand why he would be fucking annoyed because especially if he was getting treated poorly on the set.
Well, I mean, I
essentially
think he's standing up too for like the shit that Gal Gadot had to go through and all that
I'm
stuff
sure.
and all that. But I think even she called that stuff out way long ago. Joss Whedon's wife has even called him out for being a piece of shit. And even if I like stuff that Joss Whedon's done, that doesn't mean I don't think he's a piece of shit for stuff he's done, people. Come on.
Exactly.
You know, I can like the art and not the person.
Because a lot of people liked him on Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
They said it was a fun place to work. And now, I mean, are they all full of shit? Maybe. I don't know. But I could see Ray Fisher being a little bit more fucking petty about this shit because he got fucking cut out of this film. Like, and he looks like kind of like a joke. Like, you know, it's like you can tell from a lot of the imagery and the fucking trailers that came out, there was a lot more going on with his character. Like, a lot more. And so I could see him, especially it being his first big film, big ass project. I could see why he'd be bitter, getting cut out so hard. And then you have Joss, who got asked to come in and fix something that already seemed to be a bit of a mess in a very, very short amount of time, and a project that he probably didn't give a fuck about, didn't really have a lot of control on. And after getting fucked over with Age of Ultron, I could see why he'd be pissed off too. Like, he probably didn't even fucking want to be there.
Yeah.
And
Joss Whedon gets fucked over a lot, though. Like,
it's been a lot
he
lately.
started his career being fucked over.
Yeah.
Almost.
The only time, one of the first things he ever wrote for was Roseanne.
Yeah, that was the first thing he wrote for. But even going into the Buffy,
I think he helped on Toy Story too.
Yeah, the 1992 Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie with Christy Swanson or whatever her name was.
The actual movie.
The actual movie, which is technically like an origin to the TV show, like the way he wrote it. Which is weird. But they completely butchered that script that he wrote for that movie. And that's why he made sure he got it back for all the other stuff. But that still doesn't mean he's not a piece of shit.
And no, yeah, we're not, and you don't excuse that behavior, but I can understand why he was the way he was.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, don't fucking work for him then.
Right.
what
Honestly,
I mean?
they hired him to do his style, and his style has always been stupid humor. Let's show off some girls and do random, you know, I don't know, fucking like
silly jokes.
yeah,
And
like frat house humor, basically.
like I said, like look at fucking Avengers 1, dude. The thing almost looks like a sitcom the way it's lit. It's kind of lit pretty even, kind of boring. Captain America's suit looks fucking stupid as hell.
And you can almost take that whole show and whole movie and divide it per character and break it into like each individual episode. How they did it, because they introduced each character individually and then come together, which is, and like you could make this into a TV show with the way you shot this. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
It was odd. It was kind of like watching the Avengers Assemble cartoon,
Like
where the
Earth's
first
Mightiest Heroes
yeah,
and
where
shit.
the first few are just like each individual episode's this one person, and then we morph together.
Yeah, which I mean is fine. I mean you kind of do that with Infinity War, like you broke everybody into like all these different pieces. And
Yeah, they shot Infinity Infinity War more like Star Wars, like a Star Wars film. Even with the damn same freaking like swipes and everything, I was like, the fuck? Okay.
I liked it. I like when you go back to basics. But yeah, he's been pretty infamous for being kind of a dick, and you know, and then allegations and stuff are coming out about him, and it's like, yeah, I could kind of see it.
Yeah.
But I go, you know, the guy yields fucking positive results. Sorry, like.
He also opened the gates up for a lot of empowered women characters. So, regardless of how he treats women himself, his art opened up a lot of things, which is dope.
It sucks that he's a piece of shit, but he made a lot of important things happen.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Same thing with Harvey Weinstein. Harvey Weinstein did a lot of the shitty stuff. But he opened up a lot of gates. He gave a lot of people a lot of work. Without Weinstein, you wouldn't have Kevin Smith or Tarantino and all those good dudes from the 90s, basically.
Let the fucking justice system handle him, and everybody, I hope, gets justice for all the shit he did. But I'm not going to take away all the hard work of all these other people who busted their fucking asses to make it big, and he gave him a chance. So, yeah, it's such a catch-22. It's really awful. And hopefully, you know, the culture is going to change a little bit because of that. We'll see. There's always going to be a piece of shit somewhere. It's just kind of how it is. But like being able to call it out and feel safe about it is kind of where.
God, I hope my wife never tells the world the shit I do to her.
Oh, ew. Well, you got two examples. The boys. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to hear more stuff come out about it and what Ray Fisher is gonna say moving forward, and
because he keeps dropping one like every other day or some shit.
Like I said, it feels petty and feels like he wants to be relevant, and
you notice nobody else is saying shit
because they got other shit to do.
Yeah,
they fucking got over it. He doesn't, and
like, well, yeah, he doesn't. He has nothing. It's nothing.
He doesn't have shit to do. I know that's mean, but fuck it hell.
He even called out Jeff Johns, for in one of the same tweets along with Joss Whedon. But I'm like, bro, like everybody else that worked on that movie is still working with these same people. Yeah. Except for Joss Whedon, of course, because he's not doing any of those things. He is doing a TV show now, though. Josh. Fucking hate people. You notice how I called everybody out last night for that?
I think I even sent a super chat. I was like, if I hear the word Josh one more time, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Just joshing you, bro. You fucking joshing me?
The Nevers is Joss Whedon's new show.
Yeah.
That he's doing, and I think it's like on Showtime or HBO, one of the two.
Do you think it'll get the full season before it gets canceled?
Probably not. It's got 10 episodes. 10-episode season. I'm trying to see. Nick Frost is in it. Dennis O'Hare. There's a bunch of people I don't know there. Elizabeth Barrington? That sounds familiar.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyways, guys.
God damn it. Yeah, I don't know what other bullshit's going on. Hannah and I recorded another session of Destroy All Humans.
Oh, yeah?
So I'm excited for that.
Cool.
I'm going to try and start editing that. I lost a few days because we had a significant death in the family and went down to Florida to deal with that, and so we're coming back from that, and it was nice we took an extra day off when we got back, which I always recommend to everybody. If you ever go on vacation or have something you got to go do, always take the next day off. It helps you unpack so you don't feel like you need to do it that night. You can have a day to rest just in case you get sick or jet lagged or something, and it's nice. And especially for us, since it was a funeral, it was nice to come home and just spend a fucking day together and just not worry about anything. Just fucking chill.
Right.
We pretty much just ordered food online and played video games all day. It was fucking great. It was nice while we unpacked and cleaned and stuff. So
right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's pretty dope. I would love that. For real. Yep.
Yeet.
Yep. Nah. We've been chilling. Like I said, we watched Suicide Squad the other night. Before that, we rewatched Spider-Verse, Into Spider-Verse again.
Yeah, you brought something up, and I'm really curious. I wish I'd have rewatched it to go a little more in depth, but yeah, it fucking never thought about it. It's very interesting.
Which one?
The Spider-Gwen stuff, the potential plot hole.
Potential plot hole.
Yeah.
About her. Well, it's
going back in time.
Going back in time, yeah, because she goes back in time a week before the collider explodes.
Yeah, nobody else did. I found that strange.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think,
and the other three don't ever fucking show up anywhere else. I'm like, how has no one seen a robot spider ever?
Right. Because it was funny. Because then since you brought that up, I ended up talking to Hannah about it, and we like that movie. We've seen it like 4 times, and I was like, man, he brought that up, but I don't know why nobody else brings up. I think this is a major plot hole, and I fucking can't stand it.
What's that?
It's how the fuck did she get into the school?
Yeah.
Because you're assuming she was there for a week, right?
Yeah. Well, not only that, in that universe, there is a Gwen Stacy. So
yeah, assumingly. Yeah.
Assumingly. Well, because that universe is supposed to be the universe from the first 3 Spider-Man movies. At least that's how they lay it out in the beginning when they introduce the original Peter Parker. They even do the stupid train thing and the stupid dancing and all that bullshit.
That also could be a joke. It might not actually mean it's set up with the Raimi shit. I think it's just a joke.
Headcanon. It's in there.
Sure. I think it's just supposed to be a funny meta joke. I don't think it's an actual connection.
Yeah. But even so, there should be a Gwen Stacy in that universe, unless she died. Maybe she's dead already. But either
even then,
way,
I'm just like, how do you get into the school? But I'm like, how did you get into the school? Because it wouldn't be so hard if it was a public school. She could just get in.
Right.
But the fact that they take the time to pretty much show that...
Maybe she hacked into the system and changed stuff.
Cool. Then give me that. Because I don't want to have to think about it because...
well, you're not supposed to overthink it.
Yeah, I guess. But the problem is it's a big point. Like, because they already harp on the fact that it's already hard for Miles to get into the school.
Yeah.
And it's this prestigious thing, and you have to work really hard to get it. But then because of that, that's how they meet.
Right.
Like, and that's what kicks off a lot of the plot is that she's there and they have this interaction and stuff.
Which doesn't make sense. Like, why, if she's sent back in time a week before the collider happens, why is she going to that school? Like, why is her spider sense centered at that school instead of to help Peter Parker in that universe?
Yeah, because when you brought it up, it's like, well, couldn't she help with the collider? And I'm like, well, maybe she didn't know about it.
But I mean, if her spider sense is telling her to go to the school there because that's where Miles is at, potentially running into him and stuff, it's like, I didn't know spider sense worked that way.
Exactly. Well, and especially when they don't make it do that throughout the film. The other times is they had to be like in proximity of each other to notice that they had powers or whatever.
Yeah. And he didn't have powers at that time either.
Nope.
So
it was really weird. I can let go with the idea of like she didn't help Peter, like not let the collider go off in the first place, because it's like, well, fixed point in time, maybe like she's smart enough to understand that, like, that kind of shit. But I'm like, I'm still having to suspend some disbelief for that.
Also, Peter B. Parker was glitching from the time he got there. How come she didn't glitch in the school?
Or anybody. Like,
they showed them glitch. They showed the other ones glitch when they're all together, because that's the only time we ever see the other ones. But she's walking around normally like she lives in that world without glitching at all until all of them are together.
Yeah, because especially like if you're in a school for fucking 8 hours, you're telling me it never happened once?
When Peter B. Parker's like glitching every other second. But
exactly.
They could explain that way with like, well,
the clock is ticking, kind of
fat. Maybe his universe is further away, so it goes faster. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and explain their fucking movie to me.
Right? I still like the movie, but man, there are 3 probably real solid issues with that whole setup, because there's a lot of like weird.
The second they send her back in time, I think it hurts to open up more holes in there.
I think
with
I think
the
it was
time
I think
jump.
it was stupid. I think it was stupid to have the time jump. I
'Cause
think that was really, especially when you didn't do it for anybody else.
Right. And it made
Yeah.
no sense besides the fact that she goes to that school. But then they don't even fucking get together at that school. They just
Exactly.
know each other from the school.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Oh, you
been-
had a cool haircut there. That's about it.
You'd have been right, and had a funny joke.
Yeah.
to
Which she could
get
have had
together.
with any other girl at the school. Any other girl there.
Well,
So-
I would have argued it would have been better if she just. This would have been contrived too, but at least like would have made a little more sense. Like if she was just walking down the street, and she saw Miles when he was fucking around with the birds and got stuck outside the building, and he was walking across
Right.
the wall, and she noticed that, and that's why she went and found him. Like
Right.
that at least would make sense. As lucky as it would be, I'm like it makes better than trying to figure out why the hell she was in that school and sit back in time and.
Not to mention, too, when he's next to Peter Parker, their senses go off to
Yeah.
allow each other. When he's stuck to her, his sense isn't going off. So.
Yep.
But apparently she figures it out or something.
Sure, you'd hope so.
I don't understand when she finds out. Is it then or is it when they're at the lab?
Well, I think she sees him.
She sees him
flopping
at.
around out the window.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure she saw him fucking around.
Okay. I'll go with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure.
But yeah,
but
we watched that, and then we watched Shazam before then. So again, yeah. So
that one. I still
it
kind
gets
of liked
it's a good movie. Okay, Shazam is fine as long as you don't watch it way too much.
Yeah.
The more you
When I-
start watching it, the more you get aggravated by some stuff.
Yeah.
And then
there's a lot of stuff.
I do find the joke funny that someone's like, I'm doing a recut of Shazam to make it darker to fit into the DCEU shit. And then I'm like, after watching it again, I'm like, actually, I kind of want to see what it would look like darker. Like, because you have the demons and stuff, like the seven
I
deadly
thought those were
sins
cool.
and shit.
I thought
So,
those were cool.
yeah. But
I like them being a little
the
more gritty.
Yeah. The whole element of that movie though is awesome, like because the whole thing it's all about family basically. The whole fucking movie, and it's about being accepted in a family that's not necessarily your blood family because none of them there are wanted by anybody that's blood related to them. Period. Like they've definitely even the villain. He doesn't his dad doesn't even want him, which is really cool when you think about it. Like I was talking to Nikki about it when we were watching it, and she's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "No, what do you mean? What am I talking about? Are you watching the fucking movie?"
Literally every hero is from a foster home, and our villain is hated by his own family.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, yeah.
And the fact that like he goes to his dad's place, and his dad's like this whole business thing. And they're like, "Oh, you're never gonna get the fucking business or whatever." I'm like, this dude is like all this shit here. What does he need your stuff for? Like,
Yeah.
he has his own lab. Like, what are we doing?
It's just to prove a point. That's all it was. To fucking stick it to the dad and have the mean scene.
So all you care about is money.
Revenge, bitch.
His money is all you care about.
Revenge.
Money is all you care about.
Oh my god. Stop.
Do you want to play a game?
No.
Let's
No, I
play a
don't.
game, John.
I don't want to.
I want to lick your asshole.
Oh man. Oh no. Too soon. Me too.
Hashtag you two. Oh man.
You killed it. You ruined it.
I ruined it.
You fucking ruined it.
Yeah. But no, I'm glad that I could find something finally in Spider-Verse that just made me go, wait a minute. Because the first couple of times I watched it, I didn't think about it a whole lot. I just enjoyed it. So, yeah.
That was neat. I was just like, I like a lot of the stuff in that film, and it's just like, but see, it's another instance of just proving it's like there are problems in every film.
Yeah.
It's how many you find. Once
Yeah.
you see too many, it was like I was telling Hannah. I think one of the analogies I made was watching a movie is kind of like being in a car with a bee. One bee, I don't feel like it's going to ruin anything. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just leave it alone. It'll be fine. 2, you're like, oh no, I'm getting worried.
Mm.
You give me like 10 Bs, okay, this is an unenjoyable. I can't do this, and we need to move on. You know what I mean? Like,
not only that, when you get
and that's
2.5
what plot holes
hours
kinda
of
feel
those bees.
well, and that's just what like plot holes feel like. It's just like the more of the cracks in the foundation, obviously, the worse it should get. And, 1, 2, or 3, it's like, okay, I can live with those. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But like sometimes there's one that's just massive, and there's one that's it's all context.
Right.
Yeah. And some people you can take a bunch and fucking not care and move on to the next movie. But like I said, for those people, don't make the movie for those people. You make the movie for the people who give a shit about it, because then everybody will like it.
They want to make the movie just for the money. They don't. Yeah. I mean, because for even the people that are going to look at it more in depth and stuff like that, you're still paying for the ticket. They don't care. Like I tried telling the guys last night, I was like, you can make a movie for everybody, but you can also make the story good too. You don't have to make it like everything doesn't have to be a Transformers movie, like and just like shiny stuff. Like,
well, it's like I said, it's
okay
like
for some movies.
It was like I was saying, like there are people who want to just go to the theater regardless.
Yeah,
they don't care. Don't make the film for them. Make it for the people who care about the content that you're making.
Yeah,
because they're the ones who are going to go buy the toys and the statues and the box set when it comes out, or the remastered edition in 5 years. And shit like that. I
did not like the rebuttal. I'll say, not argument, a rebuttal to about movies being like having a lot of plot holes and stuff like that. And the rebuttal was that there's no perfect movie without any plot holes. And I think that's one, not a good argument. It's not a good rebuttal. It's not a good anything to say that, because you can.
Second, they don't know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
You don't know that.
There's billions, maybe not billions, but millions of movies out there made
like 12 Angry Men.
All
like,
the
tell
time.
me, because the most boring movie could not have plot holes. It doesn't make the movie good that
Yeah.
it didn't have a plot hole.
Citizen Kane. I mean, I would have to rewatch Citizen Kane, but I don't remember a whole lot.
But even just, I would tell
there.
people, in a hypothetical world, you make a film that has 0 plot holes.
Yeah.
That does not inherently make it good.
Right.
It just makes it a film with no plot holes. That's
Right.
all it is.
Right. The story
And-
has to be good too, with no plot holes.
Yeah, and it's like
Like,
I mean,
even
it's,
but even movies that have like a perfect story still have plot holes. Like when I say perfect story too, I mean like a great story.
yeah.
Not
I
necessarily.
think the problem is
solid.
just don't use the word perfect. I think
Yeah.
it's a scapegoat. It's a, or like when people say it was never going to please everyone.
Don't use
Of
the
course
word
not.
masterpiece either, John.
I can use masterpiece.
Don't say
'Cause
masterpiece.
you can say, why can't I?
Don't say
Why can't I
masterpiece. Don't say masterpiece.
I would say,
John.
but like I said, the idea of like, oh, it was never going to please everyone. Of course not. There's 7 billion people on the fucking planet.
Yeah.
Just because you nailed something doesn't mean people are going to be happy with it. Because maybe it was too truthful. Maybe it shined a light on them. Maybe it, like subject matter, they didn't like it. Like, like you watch Saw. Like, somebody just doesn't like that type of movie. There you go.
I watched the first Saw movie right after I broke my ankle. Fuck you, man.
That was stupid. Why would you do that? You're looking down at it. You're like, maybe. Do I need to wait for it to heal?
It's like, this hurts. Can I just cut it off? Give me the fucking saw.
No, it's just silly. Those kind of arguments are when you can tell they just have nothing.
Yeah.
They have nothing to talk about. It's just like, oh.
I think they brought up Shawshank Redemption as a perfect movie. But I think there's holes in that too.
Probably.
So
But
saying
it is a
perfect,
great
like you
film.
said, saying perfect, just perfect means a lot of different things to a lot of different people, I feel.
Yeah. That's why I like masterpiece, because it just means it was really it was made by a master of their craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. A cue ball will never be a perfect, like a perfect surface, but yet it's well made. And that's pretty much what masterpiece feels like for me. I mean, I could look up the definition, but I don't fucking care. But like, just assume it's a master of his craft doing this thing. And it's like somebody who's very talented nailing something. The idea that you ever think you reach perfection, I think, is a detriment to art itself. If you think it's perfect, then you don't feel the need to evolve or grow or keep learning. And I think that's sad.
All right.
That'd be really sad.
So, a masterpiece, a work of outstanding artistry, skill, or workmanship.
There you
That's
go.
what it is. A piece of
Doesn't say
work by a
perfect.
craftsman accepted as qualification for membership of a guild as an acknowledged master. Which, you can still say that for movies because they get accepted into Oscars and shit.
Yep.
Speaking of Oscars, there's still push for stunt men to be...
Which I think is a fabulous idea.
Yes. We do have stunt award ceremonies and stunts awarded for the SAG Awards now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Oscars have still yet to do that. They've given a Lifetime Achievement Award to a stuntman. I think that was a couple years back. But, yeah. I really do feel that they should move ahead with that and give those awards to them. Somebody said something fucking retarded, and I was just like,
oh, no.
What are you talking about? And it had to do with that. Here, I'll read the exact thing that they said.
Oh, God.
Is
this somebody you know or just rando?
It was a random person. They said in regards to the article, because it was John Wick's director who states that there should be an Oscar category for stunt work because he's pushing it because, of course, he works with a lot of stunt
Why
men.
not? He's fucking brilliant. Yeah.
And this person commented, they said, I agree and disagree. I could see this leading to stuntmen getting killed.
What? They already do, you dipshit.
That's what I replied, and I said, how so? How would we see more getting killed? Plenty already die, get disfigured, lost limbs, and get paralyzed as is. And then, to be nice, I said, I only ask because we do have an annual stunt award ceremony with the Taurus World Stunt Awards. And then the Screen Actors Guild finally started awarding stuntmen and women. And the Oscars even gave a Lifetime Achievement Award to the stuntman. And that's what I said. I didn't get any reply back as to why this would cause more stunt people to get killed. Because
it's
that
not
makes
true.
absolutely no sense because stunt people are going to die regardless. It's not like they're going to try and do an extreme stunt just to get the freaking Oscar. There's already awards out there that they're going for anyways.
Oh, look at fucking Tom Cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you kidding me?
Right.
He does it because he wants to do it. Stunt people
He's
get
a stunt
into this
man with
shit
an
because they
Oscar.
want to do it. But, stunt people get into this line of business to do it.
Yeah.
It's like somebody who wants to be in the military. They understand what they're signing up for. And
I mean, Jackie Chan does all his own shit.
There you go.
I don't know if he still does, but he did for the longest time. Tom Cruise still does, except if the insurance won't let them.
Yeah. And, that's just fucking silly. That was a fucking dumb thing to say.
Yeah. If you follow me on Twitter, you can look through my tweet replies and see who said that, because I'm not going to blast them.
Damn. No, you don't send the dogs. Don't do that.
No, I did that to you. I did that with you the other day. People, John is now my dog.
Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, that fucking guy.
I don't even remember what it was about anymore. Oh, somebody called me Snowflake. And I was out, it was on Saturday, and I was out celebrating my anniversary. And then I get this, tweet reply thing as we're going into the place. And it's like this dude, gives me the snowflake gif or whatever, gif.
It's GIF, goddammit.
That's what I thought. But some people like to say GIF.
Well, yes.
Jiffy Lube.
And they don't deserve to get fucking presents on Christmas because they're getting GIFs.
This dude sent me a gif basically calling me a snowflake. And I'm just like, are you me? Really?
Snowflake.
And then I tagged John in it, and I was like, and then I texted you. I remember I texted you too. And I was just like, dude, you take care of this. I'm done.
They fucking hurt my soul. And it was about DCEU shit. And
Was it about DC? I thought it was about... No, it was about the fucking choke heard around the world. Well, choke not heard around the world, apparently.
Yeah, well, it turned into that because he was just like, oh, it was fake. It was
No,
like,
that's what me and him were discussing, is the fact that he kept saying that it was fake, and that there's all these video things out there. And I think he's the same dude that was like, it was fake news, bro. It's like, oh, you're gonna say fake news? Okay, cool.
He's just hitting all the talking points.
I was like, what is going on?
It's like, well, it's fake. Why would they do that? Like,
Right.
what are you saying? Like, you've lost your mind. Oh God, those are the fucking weirdos we deal with.
I want to find
It's
that
sad.
now, because that was funny. It was really funny.
Fucking hurt
Where
my
the
soul.
fuck is it? Is it this one? No.
It's
This
just like-
was me admitting I got to admit something, John.
Oh fucking hell.
As a Trekkie, all this time I've been saying the Kelvin timeline movies, the one thing I don't like is they didn't put Kirk's twin brother in there.
Oh yeah.
I was mistaken. Kirk's twin brother was just Kirk's older brother that William Shatner played also in the movie. So they weren't twins. One was just older, so he had a mustache.
Oh, classic.
Yeah.
Also, you found out that the cartoon that you were kind of shitting on is actually more of adult oriented.
Yes, the Star Trek Lower Decks cartoon is supposed to be an adult oriented cartoon. I'm guessing more along the lines of like a Rick and Morty type thing. At least going based off the animation, but I was told that it is for adults, because I was like, it's cool if it's just a gateway for kids. I can get the animation then, but then they told me it's for adults, and I was like, oh no.
Interesting.
Interesting. Man. All right. This is the whole post that it came from. I said, Ezra Miller's a horrible Flash in Justice League, and if Snyder's version is better, it doesn't take away the fact that he's not a good human. We cancel people for words a decade ago, yet this dude is in the clear after chokeholding a fan. The fuck.
And not
Warner
even
Brothers.
like people like don't even talk about it anymore.
No. One person said the chokehold story is fake. Another person posted something from Reddit, which, why am I going to believe anything from Reddit? If it was fake, the studios would have come out and said something, anything.
Yeah, no shit.
To cover their asses. I said, proof that it's fake. Oh no, wait. This one dude, where is it? This is funny. The chokehold story was fake. And I said, this isn't proof, blah, blah, blah. Proof that it's fake. Where is it? I think the proof is in watching the clip, they said. And that's where you started saying stuff too. And then they said, proof is in there. I said, if you think violence towards women is funny, more power to you. Acting or not, never should have been done. Bad tasting jokes get plenty of people fired right now. I would hate for my kids to see this if they looked up to him as the hero that he's supposed to be. They will associate an actor with the character, and that's not good. Because as kids, they fucking do. And that's when he called me a snowflake for saying that.
Oh, please. Other people are already doing it. That's why they cancel people, because they're upholding the people that they portray to these ideologies that they have in their brain about them in real life. It's
And
strange.
then you went in on them, and then you just DCEU, so I had to say, hey, I love DCEU too. Everything else you said was cool.
Well, because I'm like, he has he's got like the fucking Justice League banner,
Yeah.
and like, it's like, of course you're gonna fucking shill for all of these comic book movies. Like, they can't do anything wrong, and neither can the actors. And it's like, fucking hell, man. Like, what are you doing? And I love the fact that it's like, just watch the video. It's like, yeah, I did. I watched it many times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what clown world do you live in that you think that's okay, regardless of fake or not?
Trying to find this one. This one dude said I was fucking crazy. And I was like, what?
Well, I mean,
I mean, I am kind of, but still, like, not for that.
It's like, yeah, if you're going to come at me with a mental deficiency, at least come at me for a real thing.
Right? I think he probably deleted his reply, because I'm not seeing it in here. Yeah. So that was my anniversary day that shit was going on. And I was just like, I'm bored with this. Where's my dog? No, actually,
Be gone.
Nikki called you my dog because I showed
my
her.
God.
I showed her the tweets that you were sending out, and she's like, "Did you sick your dog on him?" I was like, "Sorry."
I even made a meme. I grabbed the screenshot of Dr. Evil, and he's doing the quotations, and it said proof, quote unquote. So I put, apparently, I said so counts as proof.
Oh boy. Anyways,
It's just
that was
sad.
boring.
Sad.
All right, so I got a quote. If you're good, are you good?
I'll bring it. Quote me.
you
Don't
good?
fucking tease me and then not deliver.
Do you want to be teased?
Stop.
Do you want to be teased? I'll rub your nipples and everything.
Apparently, we need to have Amelia back on.
All right, my quote is from Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice by Bruce
No.
Wayne /
God damn it.
Batman. Since we're talking about some stuff, this can go kind of with some stuff that we've said today.
No.
20 years in Gotham, Alfred. We've seen what promises are worth. How many good guys are left? How many stay that way?
Damn. Especially just like Josh Whedon.
Fucking kill you.
Later, nerds.
Peace.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble. And join the conversation today by searching for the Operation Babble group on Facebook. Links also in the description. Don't forget to find Myke on all social platforms, including YouTube, by searching Myke Shrews, MYKESHREWS. You can find John on Instagram and YouTube via Bald Man Bad. Thanks and have a great day.